Welcome to Tunis International Radio for this daily edition of the English language program. The maestro Emel Besha is here for the technical assistance, and I'm your host Adnen Chaouachi. My guest for this Tuesday edition is Houda Chérif from the political bureau of Aljomhouri party. Houda Chérif will shed light on the recent developments on the political scene in Tunisia. We'll talk about Aljomhouri, Nida Tunis, or the call of the former Prime Minister Beji Qaid Sibsi. Some people believe that the two parties will form a coalition for the upcoming elections. I think our guest has a different opinion. I'm expecting your questions and feedback on my Facebook page, RTC, the English language program. Now I invite you to listen to a very nice song. Stick around, I'll be back. Welcome back. It's 2:06 on our radio station, and my guest is Houda Chérif from Aljomhouri party. Houda, welcome to RTC.
Hi, thank you very much, Adnen, for the invitation.
Thank you for accepting the invitation. So you wanted to start with a message.
Yeah, I actually want to extend my warmest greetings and regards to all the staff, since I'm speaking in an English-speaking radio today, to all the staff, students and parents of ACST, the American Cooperative School of Tunisia. Express my sorrow and outrage towards what happened in both ACST and the embassy. I was teaching at the very moment of the revolution in this institution, and I feel so sorry. I would like to tell them that Tunisia is still, hopefully, the land of peace, of hospitality, of generosity, of the zest for life. I also want to express my support and also my regards and respect to another group of persons who's fighting today, who are the journalists of Sabah, the daily newspaper, who keep on their battle, a decisive battle for the media. And I hope that the breeze of Sabah, which for the non-Arabophone means morning, the breeze of the Sabah would waken up Tunisians and would spread the light of which would spread on the whole country.
We'll be back to this topic in the second part of our program. I'd like to start from the beginning. Last time you were here, we discussed the vision of Aljomhouri.
Yeah.
Does your party have the same vision a few months after its creation?
Yeah, actually, after its creation, yes. After the election, I would start. We were separate parties actually, and we saw the obligation of getting united, and we were united into Aljomhouri party. 9 parties. Just to remind the listeners, 9 parties, 15 independent lists, and 25 national figures.
This is a dream team.
That is a dream team. That is a dream team, a real dream team. And I think our vision was, we all the time hoped for a government with skilled, competent people to drive this transitional moment, with an independent prime minister. Independent means not belonging to any party, and work for the interest of the country. Today, 25th of September 2012, we still believe in that, and I think we are going into that, because on October 23rd there will be a political crisis. Many people are talking about the end of the legitimacy. Others would deny this legitimacy, but we know, Adnen, that and here I can even quote from the official journal of the Tunisian Republic.
Yes, please go on.
Of Tuesday, August 9th, 2011, Article 6 say the Constituent Assembly shall meet following the declaration of the election results by the High Independent Committee for the Election, which is LISI, known as LISI,
Yes, okay.
and shall prepare the country's constitution in no later than a year from the date of its election. From the date of its election. I repeat.
You want to speak about Easy and about the elections.
So, which means that today, that on the 23rd of October, there will be a crisis. We can't deny this. So I think the best thing to do is go to a compromise, go for
government of technocrats, as you have claimed.
Technocrats, compromise.
Yes.
Yeah.
Too many critics say that the opposition and Aljomhouri is criticizing the ruling troika, but what about you? Have you reached your goal of forming a strong coalition after the elections? Are you ready for October as a party?
Yeah, we are trying. I think we are trying our best. Talks are going on with Al-Masar, with Nida Tunis. We are trying to get as much as possible from the political actors today, who are today on the scene, on the political scene. And we're trying to reach a consensus, through consultation, we're trying to build a very big front, democratic front, which is gonna rally all the democratic forces, which means not only parties but also civil society organization, and to form this democratic front which would face the upcoming elections, hopefully.
The problem is that I've noticed that some political analysts, observers and journalists claim that Aljomhouri does not have a clear identity. What is your response to these people, and does Aljomhouri really have a distinct identity?
We do. We introduce ourselves as Democrats, central. I don't think identity is the problem today, Adnen, to tell you the truth.
Even within the party.
This was just how to say it, a way of getting out of the real problem. The real problem today is not identity. What do you mean by identity of the party?
I will just explain, because you know that there's some people claim that there's a leadership war inside Aljomhouri. In fact, there are limited positions, while you have hundreds of candidates who probably come from different backgrounds, who probably have different visions. It's true that they are forming a new coalition known as Aljomhouri Party, but do all these people form just one distinct identity for the party?
Yes, we do. We all believe in the same things. We all believe in a civil society. We all believe in governing this country, having a civil government for this country. We all believe in a democratic outcome for this country as well. We all believe in making a successful democratic transition.
Houda, you believe in the successful democratic transition, and I believe, and I'm convinced that the next song is one of the best songs of the early of the 90s. It's by Blue and Elton John. I invite you to listen and to enjoy Houda. We'll be back in about 4 minutes. Stay tuned. Pause. Sorry seems to be the hardest word, by Blue and Elton John. Welcome back. It's 2:18 on our radio station, and my guest is Houda Chérif from the Political Bureau of Aljomhouri Party. Houda, welcome back.
Hi.
Houda, so what does Aljomhouri think about the recent developments on the political scene in Tunisia, the creation of new coalitions, and the rise of Nida Tunis?
I think these coalitions are healthy. Things happening on the scene today. People or families are gathering together. Hopefully, they understood what happened. I mean,
the lesson from the elections.
From the election.
Mm-hmm.
So they are getting together.
Mm-hmm.
About Nida Tunis, I mean, it's a party, it's a political party like any other political party.
Mm-hmm.
From, of course, our family, the democratic family. It's true that rose all of a sudden.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't even supposed to be a party, as Mr. Beji Qatsepsi mentioned it yesterday, but it happened that it
Mm-hmm.
it became
Are you afraid from the rise of Nida Tunis and the former Prime Minister Beji Qatsepsi?
Not really, not really. It's a party, as I told you, it's a party like any other, who share the same views, vision, as maintaining the current social model.
Mm-hmm.
It is made up of national figures, I mean, well-known people, but that's it. I mean, I think the fact of having Mr. Beji Qatsepsi on the top of it is playing a great and important
Mm-hmm.
role, but no more than that. I mean,
Will you be joining the call of the former Prime Minister
this
Beji
is a very
Qatsepsi?
interesting question. Will you be joining? Why don't you say, will Nida Tunis join Aljomhouri?
This is what observers claim. This is what
We are not
observers say.
observing. We are talking with Nida Tunis, as we are talking with
Mhm.
Masar, as we are talking with other,
Do you believe
with
Nida
other
Tunis?
parties. I mean, but
Houda, do you believe Nida Tunis could join Aljomhouri Party?
why not? Why not? Why not? I mean, here we are on equal, I
Mhm.
think, standard.
It seems like the prominent figures of Aljomhouri Party are observing Beji Qatsepsi. They are waiting for the right moment. Is this true?
No, we are in constant talk with them, as I said before, and but nothing is happening. I mean, we might go for an electoral coalition, as you mentioned,
Mhm.
so you're well informed.
Mhm.
But that's it. No more than that. We are not talking about fusion or no. I mean, that's Aljomhouri Party is today a quite respectable party, and it counts more than 30,000 members.
Mm-hmm.
It has more than around 25 federation and around 100 sections all over the country. So Aljomhouri is working.
Mhm.
I mean, as a party, it has its entity, and I don't think it is gonna.
You've told me that the right question might be, why don't you think that the call of Beji Qatsepsi could probably join Aljomhouri Party? Do you believe the call of the former Prime Minister will really stabilize the country, or this is an empty call with empty promises, as the Troika members are claiming? This is what we have heard.
You mean the call for union, for
Yeah,
united?
yeah.
And, yeah, we called also for union. We are calling for compromise, for consensus, because we believe there might be a real crisis by the 23rd of October, and the first one who started this was Mr. Beji Qatsepsi. I mean, who talked about this legitimacy and the end of legitimacy on the October the 23rd.
Mhm.
So I think yes. I mean, if we are going to share something, it's like about this call
Mhm.
is that of sitting together, all political parties, actors.
Including the Troika?
Why not? Are they are Tunisians and they are actors, political actors.
I'm just asking.
And
I'm just
and
asking.
talk about what we should do to the country after the 23rd of October. Apart from the legitimacy, apart from all, we are not seeing anything happening
Mhm.
on the social, economic level as well, and this is the big trouble.
The socio-economic problems in Tunisia. My question is very precise. Houda, is Aljomhouri the alternative and the right choice, or is it just an idea, probably a project that will never be a real political party? Because Al-Nahda and Nida Tunis are trying to dominate the political scene. This is why I'm asking you about joining Nida Tunis.
Yeah, as I told you, we are not joining. We will go on a coalition. So that's a big difference. Tunis is a party, Aljomhouri is another party.
Mm-hmm.
And we believe in our party, we believe in people in our party, we believe we have lots of skilled people and really people with great competence who can be the alternative. Yes, why not? We can be the alternative.
You believe in this alternative, and I believe that we need a short break with music. We'll be back in about 4 minutes. Stay tuned, stick around, we'll be back. First Day of My Life by Milanisi. Welcome back. This is the first year after the elections. Houda, Chérif, do you think the ruling troika is on the right track?
I think speak for themselves, actually.
Mm-hmm.
We have a reality. On the right track, I think.
Which track? It depends on the track.
Depends on the track.
Mm-hmm.
They are on a track, yes. The right or not, I'm not sure. The thing I'm sure of is that they should maybe listen more to people around them.
Like Aljomhouri party.
Like Aljomhouri or other actors.
I'm asking the question. This is not my opinion.
No, we for example, we as an opposition party, which I hate.
You hate the term opposition.
The term
yeah.
now because it is misunderstood sometimes. So.
And
it is used for other reasons. I mean, opposition means nagging people, and no. I would like to tell you that on, for example, I will give you example of proposals made by Aljomhouri. We talked about taxation measures, solutions. For example, Mr. Mohamed Salah Al-Ayari, Mr. Tayyip Al-Houidi, whom I greet if they're listening, talked about taxation measures. Mr. Houidi talked about agriculture. He offered lots of solutions on the 4 levels, actually. Lotfi Lejri and myself worked on a project of law for transitional justice. The election poll proposed election law. I mean, we are giving lots of proposals to the government and to the troika, but nothing is being heard. We asked to sit on the table. I think that was at the end of January, and that was a big ministry, the Prime Minister, Chief of Government, had a meeting with many political actors and
including Aljomhouri.
I think at that time, yes, we were. No, at that time we weren't. We were FR Tunis and PDP. Anyway, so but none of our advice or what we recommendation was taken
into consideration.
So that's what I have to say about the troika and the right track, as you.
The right track, okay. And what about the right track? For the elections, according to international NGOs and local associations, the EZ, or the higher independent authority for the elections, did a great job in last year's election of the Constituent Assembly. Do you think we will have fair and transparent elections this year? Some of the leading figures from Aljomhouri and the opposition, I know that you had the term opposition, claim that it's too late for the elections.
Yes, I think too. No later than this morning, Mr. Kamel Jandoubi was at the drafting committee, at the legislation committee at the Constituent Assembly. He was heard by all the members and had a discussion with some of the members of this commission, and he explained and insisted on the fact that it is not possible to hold an election after before 8 months.
Before 8 months,
starting from the date of creation of this high independent commission for the election.
So it's the end of next.
It depends, because we still waiting for this law, which gonna put the framework for this commission. We know that there was lots of disagreement on the law. I think a law that has been presented to the Constituent Assembly talked about parties collaboration or I mean, it would be the independent committee is going to be composed of people from different parties, and I think this is being discussed right now at the Constituent Assembly. Whether it is going to be accepted, whether it's going to go through or not, still unknown. So, which means that this is going to delay the whole process. Going to delay the creation and the birth of this new committee, and the delay of the birth means the delay of the elections.
I know that you like Tunisian cinema and American movies, so what is going to happen in October? Will the presence of the ruling troika and the assembly be legitimate in exactly 1 month? Or no legitimacy after 1 month?
What's going to happen?
Yeah,
I hope there will. I mean, we don't wish a political vacuum. That's for sure. I mean, what we're hoping for is a solution. Is a national consensus. Put a roadmap. That's what we are calling for. Put in a roadmap for the next.
Roadmap. This reminds me of a very long story.
And avoid political wrangling, find a compromise somewhere, but no political vacuum, because that's too dangerous for the country.
Iman Ben Abid, an Ikhtisai listener from Hamid, had just sent me an email. She's asking you, Houda, what is the alternative? Is it chaos or new elections without the easy?
I don't think it is possible to have a new election without the easy. You know that we were able to live without election for a while, right after the constitution, after the revolution.
The revolution.
So that was I mean, we lived
the revolution without the constitution
under a compromise, and we were able to have this high independent committee for realization of the objectives of the revolution. That's the long name of this important committee, and this was this committee was able to I mean to create so many other institutions that drove us to the election of 23rd of October. So why not? I think we are able to do this again now after the 23rd of October.
It's always that our listener, Iman Ben Abid, is very optimistic. This is why I invite her to listen to a very nice song, Down in a Cold, Dirty Well.
Oh.
I'll be back in about 4 minutes. Stay tuned.
I won't be safe, sleeping in grave.
Down in a cold, dirty way. Welcome back. It's 2:47 on our radio station. It's a dirty well and not a dirty way. So my next question is the following. You're a former teacher at the American school in Lawina area. What did you feel 2 weeks ago when a group of people stormed the U.S. school, the U.S. Embassy and the American school in Lawina?
Very ashamed and very sad. Very angry.
So for you, it's a dirty way and a dirty well.
Yes.
Just like the song.
Ashamed because I while working in this school, I remember I was so much respected, like all Tunisians in there. And people were so happy to be in Tunisia because for them that's the land of peace, the land of hospitality, as I started with. And never I thought this would happen in my country. Storming any, I mean not even American, any foreign institution. This is a shame. This is a real shame.
What about the presence of groups described as Salafists? Is it a potential threat or just a fashionable trend that will disappear in the coming years?
Trend, that's a sad trend if it has to be a trend. That's really a sad trend because I don't think the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ is proud of what happened. I'm sure he's not proud of what's happening and what happened. So I don't think this is working into the good image of Islam all over the world. This is not gonna improve our image as Muslims, as the image of Islam as tolerance, as a religion of tolerance, of peace, and of love.
So, Houda, how is the government supposed to deal with this new trend, the Salafism?
I wouldn't really talk about this new trend, which is Salafism. I mean, Salafism is, as explained, I was hearing somebody, Mr. Joshi explaining what is Salafism. I don't think it has to do at all. It has nothing to do with distraction and with all these bad images that we're giving to this trend. I mean, the government has to deal with Salafism, who are violent Salafists, like it should deal with any person who break the law. It's not like a special way of dealing with Salafism different from that way we should deal with any violent person. I mean, if he has to pay, if he has to be punished, then I mean, this should happen.
So, what about women's rights?
Oh, you're jumping from one thing to another.
They are interconnected.
Yes.
You know that.
Yeah, of course, I know. Here, I would like to go back to the constitution, because, as you know, the Salafism, or at least Salafist party, is not present at the Constituent Assembly, and I think they don't believe in democracy.
Some of them believe in democracy. Yeah, and they have political parties, and they will probably be present
at the next
elections.
Election, great.
2013 or 14 or 15.
Yeah. Anyway, so what is happening at the Constitution right now is that, as you might have heard, there was an Article 28 and a big, a massive, I would say, it was very polemic. I mean,
the debate. There was a debate.
Yeah, a massive debate on this article, Section 2 of Rights and Liberties, and Article 28, which said, I quote, try to translate that.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Protection of women's rights and consolidation of her acquisition in consideration of her being a real partner of men in building the country, and would both complement roles inside the family. So this part of a partner, describing women as a partner of man, complementary roles, it wasn't really...
They didn't please the opposition?
At all. Not even, I mean, many, not even the opposition, I mean, many actors on the scene, even civil society.
Even some members from the Troika, even some members from the Troika.
Even some members from the Troika. And so that was, there was a meeting yesterday between the Constitution Commission and the Editorial and Elaboration Board. And apparently the article has been changed into equal women equal to men. Still, we haven't. I haven't seen the Arabic,
final draft.
The Arabic version of this. So I don't know if it is really, rectified into women equal to men.
It's still in Chinese.
We still wait. I mean, because this happened yesterday. So
are you optimistic, Houda?
Yes, I'm optimistic. The only thing is that we are wasting lots of time, Adnen. Lots of tension is created. Through these kind of articles. Like I feel that it's a pity that we waste such a time when we can be when we can agree. We are all the time being alert, being vigilant, watch what might happen, every word in the constitution, and we have like the civil society and even the opposition parties have to put some pressure, and the article is rectified, all the things. I mean, this is really a very tiring thing to live with every day.
Maybe the problem is the fact that the ruling troika and the other parties at the Constituent Assembly do not have the same vision.
Yes, I think what is maybe there is an attempt to change the social model.
Do you think it's a serious attempt?
I think there is an attempt of, I mean, being serious, being there is or there isn't. I can't really say it today, but we feel there is an attempt of changing through few things in the constitution. But I mean, fortunately, the society and Tunisian citizens quite alert and aware of
The
situation, and so they are all the time trying to stand and fight for their model, the Tunisian model that we all the time lived with.
Houda, what is your message to our listeners? As a Tunisian citizen, as a lady, and a member from the political bureau of Aljomhouri party.
I think Tunisian society and Tunisian people have never been closed or intolerant, and they will never be. I think that building a modern, stable and functioning state, a modern, stable and functioning Tunisia isn't and shouldn't be a distant dream. It should be a prominent and really, very close.
Thank you for this optimism. Houda Chérif, thank you very much for accepting the invitation, for coming.
Thank you very much for the invitation.
Thank you for accepting the invitation. I also thank the maestro Emel Besha for her valuable assistance. You can find the podcast and the video of this interview on my Facebook page, RTCI, the English Language Program. I invite you to join me, and don't forget to click like. Next news update in German and news update in French and the German language program. Until we meet again, I'm your host Adnen Chaouachi. Stay tuned to the best radio in Tunisia. Stay tuned to RTCI. Bye bye. يعطيك الصحة. يعطيك الصحة.